turn pain into power. Let me ask you something. How much of your pain have you been carrying as evidence against yourself? Now, ask yourself what would become possible if that same pain became the raw material of your leadership. That is the conversation we are having today. Pain is one of the most misunderstood forces in leadership. People tell you to push through it, to stay positive, to leave it at the door because feelings are not professional. But the kind of pain that actually serves you is not suppressed. Pain is wisdom that has not been claimed yet. It is the moment you stop treating your hardest experiences as disqualifications. And it is the doorway of the three things you have been quietly abandoning: your power, your purpose, and your voice. If you are a marginalized leader, you know this in your bones. You learned early that pain was something to hide, so you became composed. You buried the sting of being overlooked, interrupted, and underestimated. You performed resilience because falling apart was never an option. Those strategies kept you standing. But what you had to bury to stay composed is the very thing now keeping you from leading powerfully. You don't need thicker skin. You need a different relationship to what your pain is actually telling you. Why it matters? Unexplained pain is a slow leak, and it drains the three things you can least afford to lose. Without transforming pain, your power weakens. You spend energy guarding wounds instead of leading from wisdom. Your purpose blurs. You avoid the rooms and conversations that once hurt you. Your voice shrinks. You self-edit so no one else sees where you have been broken. Take a deep breath and notice which one you have lost the most of. It looks like staying silent in meetings where your experience is exactly what is missing. Overworking to outrun a failure no one else even remembers. Avoiding the next risk because the last one left a scar. Telling a polished version of your story that leaves out everything that made you strong. When you lead from unexamined pain, you lease your leadership from avoidance. And avoidance always collects eventually. Every move you make to protect the wound rather than learn from it is built on a foundation of fear. You deserve a foundation made of hard-won wisdom. Ownership. This is where your power comes back. Claimed pain changes how you lead. Not defensively, deliberately. Leaders carrying this can say, my hardest lessons are credentials, not confessions. I do not lead in spite of what I survived. I lead because of what it taught me. I decide what my story means. No one else holds that pen. Here's the part that most leaders missed. Your power is not built by proving the pain never touched you. It is built by demonstrating what you did with it. Teams do not trust leaders who seem untouched. They trust leaders who are unbroken in a way that was clearly earned. That is power. That is the kind that creates loyalty. Owning your story is not oversharing. It is authority. It tells every person you lead that setbacks are survivable because you are standing there as proof. Alchemy. This is where your purpose comes back. Real transformation is internal alchemy. It means refusing to let pain remain a debt and insisting it become asset. It sounds like the thing that hurt me is the thing I am now equipped to change. I am not responsible for what happened to me. I am responsible for what it becomes. My scars are a map of where I can take others safely. When you stop running from your pain, direction replaces drift. That is purpose. Not the abstract kind, the everyday kind. The purpose to mentor the person facing what you once faced. The purpose to change the system that wounded you instead of quietly enduring it. The purpose to choose work that matters because you know firsthand what is at stake. Alchemy is the end of the inherited contract that said your pain was yours to carry alone and in silence. That contract is over. Testimony. This is where your voice comes back, yours and the people you lead. When one leader turns pain into power, something radical happens. The people around them given permission to stop pretending. Other leaders realize, I do not have to hide my hardest chapters to be taken seriously. Vulnerability with boundaries is strength, not exposure. We can build cultures where struggle is spoken and everyone can stop performing invincibly. And then something most leaders forgot was possible begins to return. Voice. Voice in the meeting where your lived experience changes the decision. Voice in the story you tell whole, not edited for comfort. Voice in the rooms that once silenced you, now steadier because you know exactly what you survived to get there. That is personal. That is how personal transformation becomes cultural transformation. Leaders stop being a performance of perfection and starts being the practice of turning what happened into what happens next, and powerfully so. The leadership reality. Most leaders are not struggling with pain because they are weak. They are struggling with pain because they were trained to hide it as a survival skill. You were taught to be strong, but not struggling. Honest, but not too honest. Resilient, but never in need of recovery. That is the reality. And it is also why so many capable leaders are exhausted from the daily labor of appearing untouched, and why their power has weakened, their purpose has blurred, and their voice has shrunk. If that is you, pause. You are not failing. You learn to bury your pain because that is what survival of you. And you are allowed to put it to work instead. Turning pain into power is not the absence of hurt. It is the refusal to let hurt have the final word on who you are. Closing reflection. Before you walk into your next challenge, sit with these 3 questions. What pain am I still hiding that has quietly become the boundary of my leadership, and what is it costing my power? What would change in my leadership today if I treated my hardest experience as my deepest qualification? What purpose would return? What voice am I sacrificing by telling only the polished version of my story, and who is waiting to hear the whole one? The answers are not weakness, they are direction. The final truth. You cannot lead with power while treating your past as a liability. You cannot find purpose while avoiding everything that ever hurt you. And you cannot speak with voice while editing out the chapters that made you. Your power is on the other side of owning what happened. Your purpose is on the other side of asking what it prepared you for. Your voice is on the other side of telling the story whole. Stop hiding your pain with the same energy you could be using to transform it. Then lead from there. That is the work.